name is Shirley Sims, and I'm the Executive Director of Alpha Daughters of Zion Outreach here in St. Charles Parish. We work with victims of domestic violence and their children. And recently we have just opened up our agency to help the homeless.
My name is Veronica Cousin. I am a St. Charles Parish resident of over 15 years. I came in contact with Alpha Daughters of Zion the past several months now. I found myself in a abusive situation with a partner, and I made a decision to remove myself and my daughter from that situation.
When a victim comes into the safe house, me or another staff member, we all volunteers, we are there with that individual 24 hours around the clock so that she doesn't have to feel alone. If she wakes up in the middle of the night and crying, we're there to comfort her, to let her know that she's okay.
Ms. Sims and Ms. Williams were very swift to help myself and my daughter, and it was just a blessing, you know. I'd like everyone to know that. I don't know what would have happened hadn't I not, gotten out of the situation.
If we were to be able to get more funding, we would look for, first of all, a bigger house. Because right now we only have 2 bedrooms, and by health code we can only put 6 victims in there. So we would need a bigger house, especially if we have to have someone that's homeless. 9 times out of 10 when you look at homeless, you're looking at a family.
And I'm very grateful for the help I received, and I'd like other women in this parish to know that help is available to them. And I'm very grateful to the United Way also.
Hi, I'm Brian Island. I work at Dow Chemical as a production leader at St. Charles Operations. I am this year's United Way of St. Charles Parish campaign chair. Last year I was the employee chair for St. Charles Operations within Dow. In that role I encountered folks that had some questions about the United Way of St. Charles Parish and how things are done there. And this year I'd like to sit with John Diaz, Executive Director of the United Way, and ask him a few questions about how things are done so that we can clear up some of those questions.
Sounds good.
John, one of the first questions that a lot of people have is about the administrative cost within the United Way. Can you help answer some of those questions about the administrative costs?
Yeah, I don't blame donors. I'm a donor myself, and I think that's a valid question. Folks want to know, very simply, how much of my money is getting into the community and helping. If we talk about it on a percentage basis, if we get real specific, our administrative costs are about 8.9%. Now we say 9% just to round those figures. So what does that mean? It means 91% of a dollar that you donate goes right back into serving St. Charles Parish. That's our service focus.
That's actually very good. So I'm a donor as well. With that kind of money going out to these agencies, I'd like to know a little bit more about how you select the agencies. Can you tell us a little bit about that, John?
You bet. Yeah, it's an excellent question, and it's one of the mechanics of that process is something that I was particularly interested in when I started with United Way a few years ago. It's a very detailed and comprehensive process. We tried to include a flow chart which explains that in our campaign brochure, so if you have one of those, you can get a look at it. And we post all the information on those agencies on our website. So the abbreviated version is once a year, agencies apply for funding. It's about a 3-month process that involves our volunteers reviewing them. We have a local bank that provides fiscal analysis to their financials and makes comments. We meet with the agency. And lastly, when we award funding to an agency, they don't get all their funding at once. It's spread out over the course of the year, and we actually ask them for progress reports. Our goal is to protect donor dollars, like we've talked about. You're a donor, I'm a donor, I know the folks out there are donors, and our job is to protect their intentions and their wishes and make sure those dollars are used effectively to help residents in our community.
Very good.
So let me ask you, if you had one thing to communicate to a donor out there, I mean, you're a volunteer, you don't work for United Way, you're away from your job right now, you're spending your time, what one thing would you like to tell them or ask them?
I think it's very simple. I would ask you to contribute. You know, at the end of the day, any small amount can help. You know, a lot of folks choose to look the other way and say, I don't need to help at this point. Somebody else's job to go do that. Somebody needs to do something. Somebody needs to do that. And somebody can be you. You know, again, any amount can help. Please donate.